as usual, we went for Brett, aren't we? Ladies and gentlemen, next on table one is the Champion of Champions final. First up, a real emerging talent in the Bicycle Pool League. He smashed up the first division this season and winning both the MVP and best average. I have no doubt will feel at home in the Premier Division next season. It's Matt Mills! As a player who has some character, dispatched down these pretty quickly. He will have his hands full against a very good player. It's Brett Williams!
So, race to 4 now, the Champions final, which pits the best players from each division against each other. So, Matt Mills was the MVP and had the best average in the first division, and he's going against Brett, who was the MVP in the Premier League. So, as me and Nick were talking about earlier, Matt far too good for the first division. Let's see how he does against a very good Premier League player. He's won a lot.
And we're underway in the final. Knackered.
Nick's just been to the bath, so I don't know whether he's tired climbing the stairs or just getting his wallet out of his pocket. It's one of the two. That's a nice shot, it just clears everything. Would have liked to have been on the one on the left-hand side of the table there, but plenty of options to get there.
He's got an opportunity early doors to take these out, right?
I don't know why Nick suddenly felt the urge to yawn there. Late night, probably.
And we're back. He's gone a little bit wrong there. Still an opportunity to clip this one down the rail if he sees fit.
Yeah, these cloths.
And hold for the position on one of the two yellows into the centre.
These cloths are making, certainly made me look a bit silly. You play shots you normally play and the whites just go into a different place. Not this time. So Matt, a chance.
Was it a deliberate decision on the committee's part to go to speed cloth for the finals day, Ben? Or rather than the variants of the Simonis cloth that we've perhaps been more used to playing on this season?
I think the decision was initially to go with the blue Simonis that we've all got used to, and all got used to seeing. When it became apparent that that wasn't necessarily going to be an option, the decision was made to go with the speed cloth, simply because even a bad speed cloth is okay, but a bad nap cloth can ruin your event. And I know I was talking to some guys who were at a recent event, and I'll leave it nameless, but the main table was so slow because of the wrong cloth was used,
right, and
it just ruined the event for a lot of people there. So we didn't want to do that, obviously, but I think we've really lucked out here, because the cloth is, I've never seen one react like it, not even the Simonis.
Right.
So I wish I could tell you what it was.
And Matt's taking his first few balls nicely here.
Look at that. He's spun twice.
That was almost McVicker-like, wasn't it? Just alluding to what you said earlier, Ben. I mean, Matt is here making it out. Left himself quite a tricky last red to finish.
You can either just drop it in if the black goes to the bottom left corner, which I'm not sure. If it doesn't, he's got a bit more work to do. Be tempted to hit this with a bit of right-hand side just to get back. He's dropped it in. I don't know how that's dropped, but it's dropped. There we go then. It's half a pocket at best, I would say. And Brett's called it on him. That's what the laughter's about. So, after the shot was struck, Brett mentioned that was a good finish. And it's always a sort of unwritten rule that as soon as you say something, it will definitely not happen on a pool table.
The gnarled old veteran there, getting a little bit of grief from the crowds. Rightly so.
Well, nobody wants to see the same people winning, do they? Everyone loves an underdog.
Says the man in 53 finals today. It's gone down from 83. We'll test of Brett's cue in here. I don't believe you obviously didn't take the pot on there.
No, this is it. I mean, none of us really know much about Matt. We know he can take out a clearance. Can he? Does he know his angles? That's what Brett's asking.
I think with just a touch aside there, he could just scrape in behind those two yellows and just clip the left-hand side of the black. Just turn it over slightly and force it into that jaw and pot it.
I don't know if I can see the angle from here, but I think I prefer, I certainly don't prefer that way.
No, that's just going to slide, I think. No.
Yeah, so Brett's asked the question, and now he knows that his tactical game may well work out for him here. Last time he had ball in hand, he didn't do too well with it, but he hasn't got much to run behind here. He can't make his mind up. getting that yellow out that's by the black is clearly the issue. Oh, wow.
No, I must be honest, I didn't look like either option he was looking at. I thought if he'd played it from the right-hand side of the table, the double kiss could have come into play. Albert's thinking about an earlier shot that he played in the middle pocket here, where he hit the top knuckle. No problems this time.
He has made a bit of a problem for himself on the black now. It's not difficult if you get on it, but he's got to go full length of the table to get on it. And he's only hit that half ball, which he didn't need to.
And he's going to do well to hold and keep that white ball close to that second yellow. I mean, he may very well play a little tucking up shot here, hoping to develop the... no, he's
well, I hope not, because any angle is a good angle here, because he's got plenty of options. So as long as he's not straight, or even straight is actually not that bad. Anyway, but there. No, that's okay.
It's only all about where that white ball ends up now.
Just off straight, so he'll be going almost tracking. He's not putting the backspin on it. I thought that's a great shot.
He's played that well.
Yeah. Yeah, I was worried he was going to put that just with backspin on that, and it would be tracking sort of towards the black and might have landed quite close. But no, he did well to see that and put the left-hand side on it to widen the angle. Brett breaks off.
One yellow off the break there.
Red's a favourite for me.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow. He was trying to pinch a little bit of pocket just so he left an angle so he could run into the red and yellow at the bottom cushion there. But pinched it too much, and it's always dangerous when you haven't yet decided colours, because now Matt has the opportunity to be reds and have the pocket covered.
It's unlucky.
Yeah, there's a little dainty plie he gave there at the end.
It was almost Ben Redmore-like, wasn't it?
At this time of day.
Yeah, pretty much. Matt's got an opportunity now, if he sees the shot, to go a little bit left-hand side, and possibly go down and go into that red again if he wanted to.
Looks like he's having a go. Oh, he's gone straight for it.
That had some
Fizz on that.
It did.
Oops. Just accidentally elbowing Paul there. Beer Productions. Not really what he deserves after such a good job for today.
He's lost the white a little bit there.
I think that might drop. There it is.
Certainly those top two pockets seem to be playing quite generous. We saw one drop and we questioned how the red dropped earlier. I think it was in the first frame.
The corners are a bit more generous than what we're sort of used to, I think, as long as you play them at the right pace, obviously. But, yeah, the middle sort of counteract that a bit, I guess. But, yeah, they're certainly more forgiving, those corner pockets. Let's try to free that up. That could go anywhere.
He's managed to miss both those little clusters of yellows that were creating an issue for him.
Don't know what he's aiming for here. I guess the yellow cuts to the middle. He's still going to have a problem with these two down here.
Even playing that yellow into the centre bag, I can't see that he's going to give himself any angle on the higher of the yellows to try and develop anything. He's broke his two yellows up there, not left Matt an obvious shot there. Difficult to see how Matt could play safe and not leave Brett a pot to come back to the table to.
It's potentially an option if he can see enough of the red. It's hard to tell, but the red second in line, he could maybe double out off the middle, sorry, off the side cushion, and not to pot it, just to get it in between those yellows and get it into the middle of the table and leave the white up the top. But that's not so bad a shot either. That's a tough pot he's left Brett there, and if he misses, he leaves Matt in.
So if he chooses to take that yellow and misses, then Matt he's got three reds there on a line. He hasn't got to do a great deal with the white ball on any of them. He's looking to play the yellow in off the red. He may develop his awkward yellow on the side rail.
No, he missed it. No, where's that going to land?
Right, so Matt's got an opportunity now. Just to screw that red back a touch into the centre bag.
Very easy to overdo this though and not see. He'll be able to see the top one. Oh, he's played that really well. Really, really well. There's the generosity of the pockets again.
So Matt can just play a similar shot, just a gentle screw and leave the black into the opposite bottom pocket. And he's cued across that.
Saw the finish line there, I think.
There really was an opportunity for him there, he'd be disappointed.
See the Brunton drinking team have turned up. Paul Reed's just walked into the building.
Paul Reed in the house. He's never made a pint he didn't like, I don't think, Paul. Brett's going to look, I'm guessing here, to leave that yellow on the side as a double. No, he's tried to move it.
Oh, that's okay.
He's played it quite well. He's just going to have to drop this yellow in. I don't think he's got... He may have the angle to go top side of the black as we look at it.
I think that'd be the option because it just gives him more chances to land on the
If he
black
does just drop,
after.
if he does just drop it in, then he's going to have to play quite a nice screw shot to come back this side of the table and take the black into the opposite corner pocket.
Yeah, that's a good shot.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I know it was the pull shot, playing the double.
Well, I quite liked a little cut there.
Yeah. All right, you're going to have to move the white off 3 cushions with a little bit of right-hand side, but I agree with you, Ben. I think the cut into the middle pocket was the shot. He may have an edge there to take it. I'm not sure whether he has got enough of an edge there to take it up into the top right pocket. I certainly don't think it's a total, it might be a total snooker.
Well, cushion first suggests it might be. Is he going to hit this or just try and drop on it? Trying to drop. Oh, that's a very good shot. If it was a total snooker, that's a great shot.
He's showing his experience there, Brett. That was a really nice shot. Matt in a lot of trouble now.
He's going to hit this, I think. Not quite. And he's been unfortunate there to just nudge into the black and leave it very easy for Brett.
He's got out of jail again in that frame. Matt had a chance with 1 red left.
Matt made his chance. He
Yeah.
made his chance really well. And yeah, unfortunately just couldn't quite finish him off. And against these sort of players, one really good chance so we can really hope for. Now, I did not know that Paul Reed knew British Sign Language as quite as intently as that.
He's clearly a very talented guy.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, next game on table 2 is the Davis Cup. It's a race to 6 frames. This is now the 3rd time in succession that we've managed to run an all-ladies competition, and I must say the quality keeps going from strength to strength. Our first lady out is a lady making her debut season in the Basketball District Pool League, and what a first season she has had. Having had some notable scalps along the way, helping the team finish runners-up in the first division to gain promotion to the Premier Division next term. Representing What Would Ronnie Do, it's Zonda Williams! Next up, a lady who needs no introduction. She's been playing in this league for many years now and has won plaudits for her attacking style of play. Bidding for her 2nd Ladies' Cup title in 3 seasons, representing Mavericks, it's Debbie Hester!
Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Matthew breaks in frame 3, Brett leading 2-0.
Oh, wow. You couldn't pick an angle out like that if you tried.
Man walking through arena. Who's in charge of crowd control, Ben? Was it Callum?
That was him just there.
Rather lost our way a little bit there. Brett.
He had a free shot there after the break.
Yes, Matty.
Which he's broken up a few of the balls, so see where he goes.
Free table at the moment then.
Yes. And he's gone for the double again. And again, what has it really gained him?
He's left himself a difficult long red now into the top right pocket.
I think he'll be happy to be 2-0 up because Matt's had a chance in every frame so far.
I mean, thus far in the two matches you've played, we certainly haven't seen the best of Brett Williams. And maybe that'll come to the fore in the team final later, who knows. He's dropped that one in nicely. Now does the right hand of the two reds go into the right hand centre? Or indeed does that bottom red go in through past the black? That may just drop into that bottom right hand off that knuckle then, Ben, by the look of that.
There it is, yeah, certainly half a pocket to play with there. Not a lot more. So bottom right first. No angle to get anywhere in there.
He's got a touch of an angle there. Like you said, he's got half a pocket there. He's going to have to take it in off the jaw. Well, I don't know that he's got the angle there to screw back up for either of the two reds. Beautiful camera work there, panning in on the shot.
He's just going to push across the table and get that as straight as he can up the top corner. And if he can play this well, he can just hold.
I mean, we've seen today, as we alluded to in the last frame, the corner pockets are playing quite generous. So I'd expect Brett to make this one. No, they're not that big.
Not quite. Again, Matt's got himself a chance here to nothing overly difficult. He's just got to make sure that the white ball's where he wants it to be. And will he take the tough shot on first here?
I'm guessing he's played the top finish on this yellow, so really he's got to take it on.
Well, he's got plenty of balls there. He can get back onto it and get onto it a bit better than he did there. So that's maybe what he's thinking, but he's trying to get back on it straight away, and he's in a similar spot, to be honest. Well, now he's decided he's not going to get back there, so he's going to go for it. But he's played it well. He's played it deliberately to, because he wasn't confident on it. He knew he could leave the white behind the yellow. Let's see if all that doubling practice is going to pay off now.
No. He's got a little bit of insurance now, Matt, but Brett's put that red into a little bit of an awkward position.
This will help his confidence now, and if he can take these.
He's played that nicely, considering what we were saying about the centre pockets earlier. Now he's going to play a nice screw shot here, back into the centre, pretty much where his elbow, around where his arm and that tattoo is now, towards the centre pocket.
And he's just going to go this side of the red. Yeah, there we go. So
he's put a bit of pressure on this yellow now because he's moved Brett's ball out.
I didn't think he was going to connect with that red, but I did think he had a slight angle on that. But yeah, now he has put it on himself.
It's a touch wide.
So it's been unfortunate there to leave Brett with a fairly simple, straightforward finish. And this could easily be 3-0 to Matt. But it looks like it's going to be 3-0 to Brett. And Brett's a great front runner. He won't panic when he gets to the hill. And the boos go up from the crowd.
Brett's broke there and taken 2 reds out of the equation. Elected to go yellows. And if this yellow chips into the top left pocket, which it looks very much like it does, then he's got an excellent opportunity to go game here if he chooses. And just screw into the centre of the table. develop that yellow. He's still that thin cut onto the yellow, to the top right pocket. If he can avoid that red, or even nudge into that red over by the right-hand centre, he's getting an excellent opportunity with these three yellows bunched in and around the black. Brett's playing yellows, he's taking the first three outs. Chooses to chip this one into the left-hand centre. An excellent opportunity with those three bunched in and around the black there. And it's just basically controlling that white ball now, which we've seen quite a few players struggle with today.
Let's see if he gets to the right-hand side of the table. He's tried it and he's gone too far.
He's gone in behind.
He's gone too far. He may be lucky there.
I think the pool gods are smiling. I don't know if we can pan the camera around to take that shot in, but he certainly looks to be on the middle of those three yellows. Thank you, Paul. Yeah.
This looks like it's really tight from Brett's reaction there. Or maybe he's just playing up for the cameras, he's straight down on it.
That wipe of that hand on the hip normally means that he's confident.
Well, now he's got a bit of an issue. He hasn't got to be too precise, but he's got to make sure he's back over that right-hand side of the table after this shot so we can see the...
He looks to be fairly straight on that yellow. Which he's done. It's been a nice finish from Brett. Assuming that he takes this one, just a little tiny screw shot. As long as he avoids that top knuckle that Ben and I have alluded to a couple of times during this match. And he has.
Ooh, awkward cue-ins. But I still fancy him for it.
Yeah, well played, Brett. It was a nice way to take the match out.